Are you tired of chasing the LinkedIn algorithm? This endless stream of so-called LinkedIn gurus telling you just to chase the algorithm, putting you in a position where you have to follow only certain particular approaches. I can understand it can be exhausting. And most of it, and a large portion of it, it's just not true. It's a lie. I've been a LinkedIn top voice in 2019 and also in 2020. I've been on the platform for years. So the frameworks, the tactics, the advice that I share with you, it's based on several years of experience and actual validation from LinkedIn directly. So there's some things I want to go through with you on this particular video to really help you on your particular journey. Now, this obsession with hacking the algorithm, the challenge with that is it's created a generation of frustrated B2B professionals because you're spending more time worrying about certain things that are basically not relevant to your actual success, and then it's leading you to inconsistency because you're thinking to yourself that maybe the algorithm's changing every week and you're playing a game that you can't actually win. But the truth is that the algorithm's not some kind of mystical beast. It's actually got one primary goal, and that's just to keep users on the platform for a long amount of time. So how does it do that? It does that by showing them content that actually generates engagement, right? Likes, comments, shares, conversations. It wants to showcase to people the type of content that they actually want to see. That's it. The algorithm doesn't actually care about your post format, actually cares more about the human reaction to your post. And this is why our first core belief here that we want to cover is so important, which is that consistency with the right type of system works. A system that's actually focused on getting engagement, that's always going to beat random hacks that you're not actually giving thought to. And when you think about how do you actually get engagement, that comes through actually producing high quality, relevant, targeted content that leaves someone better than they came onto the platform. Now, again, engagement alone is basically a vacuum. It can be useless unless you're getting the right types of people engaging in the right place, people that could potentially be within your ideal client profile. Now, the focus that you first of all need to have is if you're a B2B service provider, you need to be spending your time on LinkedIn, right? Because LinkedIn is the platform when it comes to generating B2B leads. End of. The engagement that you generate on LinkedIn with potential buyers within your niche, within your industry, that's actually business focused engagement. And so it can be incredibly valuable. So you're probably now thinking, well, how do you create this all important engagement? And I've touched on it lightly. The point is that you don't hack it. You actually have to earn it, and you earn it by consistently sharing valuable, insightful, and often contrarian content that gets people to think, right? You earn it by telling stories, sharing real and relevant frameworks, actually having a real point of view, and by writing text posts and impact cards, which we call them, which are more image-based content that's actually designed to start a conversation, to facilitate conversation on the platform. Now, you might be in a situation where you're thinking, well, I get engagement, but I don't actually get leads. And you might be right thinking that, especially if you're in a situation where you're not converting. Now, that brings us on to the fact that content alone doesn't necessarily generate leads. You actually need a conversion system because likes and comments, that's really like the start of a conversation. It's not the end. So without a system to turn that engagement into book calls, it then just becomes a vanity metric. And this system is really the bridge between a simple like and actually securing a new client. And it's the missing piece for many B2B professionals and service providers on LinkedIn. Now, if you'd like support with actually putting in place a system to convert that engagement into actual sales calls and qualified leads, I'm going to leave a link in the description box below of this video to explain to you in more detail how to go about doing that. But I want to at least give you an indication through this video, which is that your content needs to have a strategic call to action that actually guides people, right? And so when they engage, use a proactive conversion management piece in your bit of content, basically a CTA, a call to action, to start to actually encourage people to take an action in the comments or to send you a DM. That then brokers more conversations that you can then continue, and then that'll put you in a situation where you can send a calendar link and it turns your LinkedIn profile actually into not a guessing game, but actually a predictable process to generate real lead flow. Now, I want you really to make a fundamental shift in your thinking here, which is to stop chasing reach and only focusing on hacks and different ways of going about it like that, and actually focus on building real relationships through genuine engagement. And the algorithm's then going to reward you for it. And more importantly, your future clients will also reward you for it too, because business is and will always be about actual relationships. So to recap, forget about hacking anything, right? Focus on the one thing that matters. Creating consistent, high quality engagement with clear calls to action for someone to send you a direct message or to leave a thoughtful comment, and then use that direct message and that comment to continue that conversation to then get you to a position where you can actually start having a conversation that can then convert to a live sales call. And this is how you're going to win on LinkedIn in the long term. And this will put you in a position where you're not just guessing, you're not just chasing trends, you've actually got a consistent system that will generate engagement, and more importantly, it's going to generate actual clients. And that's what's possible when you stop actually just believing the algorithm lie and you start focusing on what actually truly matters on the platform. Now, if you'd like to get rid of the guesswork and get to a position where you can just focus on getting the result, which is consistent qualified leads, consistent qualified sales calls, I'm going to leave a link in the description box below of this video, which if you click on, you'll see a very brief free training that I put together to walk you through how you can get to a point where you can start to fill your calendar on autopilot through LinkedIn. So go ahead and check out that breakdown. And if you gain something from this particular video, please also take a second to hit the like button, to leave a thoughtful comment letting me know what you'd like to see a bit more of from this channel, and also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the future videos and content that we're going to be here producing. Again, I hope you've gained something from this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.